Today we're talking about something straight out of a Hollywood disaster movie, but it's very, very real. We're diving deep into the San Andreas Fault, a massive geological feature running through California, and asking the big question, is the big one coming? So what exactly is the San Andreas Fault? Picture the Earth's surface not as a solid shell, but as a puzzle made of giant moving pieces called tectonic plates. The San Andreas Fault is the boundary where two of these massive plates, the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate, meet. Now these plates aren't just sitting there, they're constantly trying to move past each other. The Pacific Plate is grinding its way northwest and the North American Plate is moving roughly southeast. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to slide two rough pieces of sandpaper past each other. They don't glide smoothly, do they? They stick, snag, and build up pressure. That's exactly what's happening along the fault line. For years, sometimes centuries, the rocks on either side of the fault get locked together even though the plates are still trying to move. All that energy from the stalled movement gets stored up in the rocks like coiling a spring tighter and tighter. An earthquake is what happens when that stored energy is suddenly released. The rocks finally break, and the plates lurch forward in a matter of seconds trying to catch up for all the years they were stuck. This sudden, violent slip sends out seismic waves in all directions, and that's the ground shaking we feel. The longer the plates are locked, the more energy is stored, and the more powerful the resulting earthquake will be. Now, let's talk about the big one. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It refers to a hypothetical, massive earthquake, likely a magnitude 7.8 or higher, that scientists believe is overdue on the southern section of the San Andreas Fault. Why do they think it's overdue? We have to look at history. The southern part of the fault hasn't had a major rupture since 1857. Before that, major earthquakes on this segment seem to happen roughly every 150 years on average. Well, you can do the math. We are well past that 150-year mark. This means that for over 160 years, the southern San Andreas has been accumulating stress. It's like that spring I mentioned, being wound tighter and tighter every single day. Scientists can actually measure this strain using GPS sensors, and they see the land on either side of the fault deforming. It's a clear sign that the system is loaded and ready to go. The question isn't if it will break, but when. So what would a magnitude 7.8 earthquake actually feel like? It would be nothing like the smaller tremors people in California are used to. The shaking wouldn't last for a few seconds, it could go on for 2 to 3 minutes. Imagine the ground beneath your feet moving like waves on the ocean. The shaking would be so intense that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to stand. Buildings, bridges, and infrastructure would be pushed to their absolute limits. The initial shaking is just the beginning. The aftermath could be even more challenging. A quake of this magnitude would likely rupture gas lines, leading to widespread fires. Water mains would break, making it incredibly difficult for firefighters to do their jobs and leaving millions without clean drinking water. Power grids would fail, plunging vast areas into darkness. Communication systems, including cell towers and internet lines, would be severely damaged. Essentially, all the modern conveniences we rely on would disappear in an instant. The ground itself could literally liquefy in some areas. This process, called liquefaction, happens when shaking causes water-saturated soil to behave like a liquid. Buildings and structures built on this type of ground could sink or topple over. Landslides would be triggered in hilly areas, cutting off roads and isolating communities. The damage wouldn't be confined to the area right on the fault line. The seismic waves would travel for hundreds of miles, causing significant damage in major urban centers like Los Angeles. Now, this all sounds terrifying, and it is. But the point isn't to scare you, it's to prepare you. California has some of the most advanced building codes in the world for a reason. Modern skyscrapers are designed to sway and absorb the energy of an earthquake. Infrastructure is constantly being retrofitted and strengthened. But no amount of engineering can completely eliminate the risk. So, what can we, as individuals, do? The single most important thing is to have a plan and an earthquake kit. Your kit should include enough water, non-perishable food, and any necessary medications for at least 3 days, but ideally for a week or more. Don't forget a first aid kit, a flashlight with extra batteries, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio, and a whistle to signal for help. Talk with your family or housemates. Where will you meet if you're separated? Who is your out-of-state contact person that everyone can call to check in? In a major disaster, local phone lines might be down, but long-distance calls might still go through. Practice drop, cover, and hold on. It sounds simple, but in the panic of the moment, muscle memory is what will protect you from falling debris, which is a major cause of injury. It's also crucial to secure your space. Bolt heavy furniture like bookshelves and cabinets to the wall. Secure your water heater. Don't hang heavy pictures or mirrors over your bed. These simple steps can prevent serious injuries during an earthquake. The San Andreas Fault is a silent, powerful force of nature that shapes the very landscape of California. While we can't predict exactly when the big one will happen, we know the pressure is building. The science is clear. But fear isn't the answer. Preparation is. By understanding the threat and taking practical steps to prepare, we can significantly reduce the impact of a major earthquake on our lives and our communities. We can't stop the ground from shaking, but we can control how ready we are when it does. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a heavy topic, but it's an important one. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world around us. Stay safe, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next one.